Welcome to the JGI JCE eConnect classes. Good afternoon, students. Let's start with another important concept and important part of this module 1, that is word count program with MapReduce. Actually, we have seen the complete working of the MapReduce in the previous video. Here I'll just revise the concept and how to write a program and how it has to be executed. I'll be demonstrating that thing with suitable example. So MapReduce consists of two steps. One is map function, which is generally takes a set of data and converts it into another set of data. That is a map function, where individual elements are broken down into tuples. What are those tuples basically? It is a key value pair. We have seen how to use the hash functions. So it is mapping from, so it requires a set of data which has to be converted into another set of data, is a key value pair. This is the one job map function. So let me take an example to explain this. So input, I have a set of data. Let us assume examples of bus, car, maybe different kinds of the people used to write buses and car and train. I'm using here actually three entities, but let us assume different people have written these words in different way. See, you are able to see here I have written the bus, and in which B is a capital. There is another bus where all letters are small. There will be another bus where I have written S is capital. So in that the set of data are different. Okay, now how it should be the output of this map function. It converts into another set of value, that is nothing but, here I'll explain how I'm taking it. Here key and value. So bus 1, car 1, then another is a bus 1, here car 1. All the data with its value I'm considering. Okay, so it is the output of a map function. But how the splitter comes into picture, the number of layers are different over them. We have seen in the earlier videos. So how they work, how it comes into a reducer part, how it does, we'll be seeing one by one in the example. Now it's the time of a reduce function. Map function we have seen. Now reduce function, it takes the output from the map function as an input and combines those data into tuples into smaller set, as it is going to reduce. Smaller set of tuples means the input here is output of mapper function. How was the output of the map function? The value means the name and its value. Okay, so it is like this, key and value. Now how it should be the output in a reduced format? The bus words comes for how many times, car words come for how many times, train this words comes for how many times. This is the reduced version. It used to take a lot of space. Here it is taking very less space. So it converts into smaller set of tuples. This is what we required, and this is a function for counting the words. How basically it works? So this is the workflow of this program. You can consider this as a workflow for your MapReduce also. In detail we have seen on the previous video. Here related with this example what we have taken. So input was bus, car, train, plane, certain different words we have given. So it is been parallelized. So a file, a data node which will take some part of the input file, another data node will take the some part of the input file, and so on. As many as data nodes will be there, it will be divided. Now it starts checking with the things, with the values it is get. So key and value, that pair will be mapped in the mapping part. So splitting, mapping. In the intermediate part, it is segregating all the values and come up with the solution. So you can see in the intermediate splitting how it is, then it comes with the reducing part, and finally it combines and the sorting will be done. at the last part, that will be your output. So here you can see, as the example was little bit changed, the output we are getting buses 3, car 2, plane 2, train 2, maybe like that. Okay, so basically here, and very in short way, there are the three things in the whole working model: is splitting, mapping, and intermediate splitting. We already in detail we already discussed about this. Okay, reducing and combining. So all these phases we have discussed. In the splitting, we have split up the parameter, maybe by spaces, comma, semicolon, or it may be anything. The mapping, we have seen how it is to be mapped. Intermediate splitting, it's again reduce phase. Reduce, it is nothing but mostly grouped by phase, and combining, the last phase where all the data individual results is combined together, and it does the sorting also. We only need to write the splitting parameter, map function, and reduce function logic. When we write about the program, we basically requires only three things in a programming, because all other things will be importing from the different positions. So we need to write only these three things: splitting parameter, map function, and reduce function. We'll be seeing how this map function, reduce function is working in the further part. Make sure that you should have a Hadoop installed. Now what are all the steps to start with one program? So first you need to open the Eclipse, just file, new project, give some name, and come up with the you need to add some reference libraries also. So that is a Hadoop core jar and common CLM jar file. And after that you need to start writing your code. Now this is the first thing I have said, that you need not to write all the things. We are mostly importing all the things. Here we are importing the IO exception, the configuration file, the path where the Hadoop is written, the writable, maybe integer or long, whatever you are writing, then IO text. Then these are the very important: MapReduce job, MapReduce mapper, and MapReduce reducer. These are the three important libraries, that packages that we have to used here. The input file format, input output format. If you remember, we have explained these things in the previous video when we have talked about all the complete phase like structure of MapReduce thing. Okay, so here is I'm starting with the first program of word count. Here we are reading the value from the file 0, and output will be a file 1. Okay, so here I'm giving is a word count. We are checking out if it is a class. So j.set jar by class, we are calling map for word count dot class. Here we have called word count. In the same fashion, we are calling reduce for word count. Now how it works? Now here is the another function, another class, map for word count, which extends the mapper. In the same way, I have another class, reduce for word count, which extends the reducer. Here we are calculating their number of count, the number of times the particular word comes. We are stored back into the sum variable. Okay, so basically it has three important classes: driver class, map class, and reduce class. So how it has to be work, that's what in the step 6 we are going to have a jar file, just to import the position in a jar file. Then we'll be taking a text file and move into HDFS format as an input file. Okay, now once you have everything set up, we have to execute the command. So open the terminal, enter the following command. The first command, where you are going to put word count file. Word count file, we have already said about the put. We are going to run the jar file because it was imported as a jar. Okay, and you will be finding your results like this, where I have checked the ls command, where are my super classes, whether it is success, logs and part. We'll be getting three outputs. So when you get the part minus add the file, you will be getting the result in this file. So it is showing bus 7, car 4 and train 7 times was used in this file. Now I'll show you the video which gives the complete working model of this. So I want you to go ahead with this. Here first we are checking whether the Hadoop is installed and running in your program, in your system or not. If so, we are going to check the Java C version. We can download the wordcount.java by creating a new folder for input data. Here you are supposed to add your own text file in the given folder. Here we are writing some name, maybe the name of the person, places, country or something, because we are going to count that particular word is been encountered for how many times. So we'll just have certain random names of any item, and we are just creating that text file as an input file. That's it, nothing else. So we add Muhammad, Omar, Shihab, Palestine, Manchester, Istanbul, anything, whatever you want to write. Okay, I'll simply save that file. Now again I'll create another folder to hold the Java class file. Okay, I'm giving the number tutorial class underscore classes. Now we have set Hadoop class path. We have seen all these commands when we were discussing about the basic commands of Hadoop, user commands. We are setting up the class path. Make sure that it should have been set correctly. Okay, now we are supposed to create a directory on HDFS. So to create a directory, we know we are supposed to use the make directory command. And create a directory inside it for the input Hadoop. Check it, go to localhost. You have to start with your Hadoop now. So you should go to the localhost, where you will be finding this screen. Now check whether this folder is there. Yes, it is. So it gets that input file. Now we are supposed to upload the input file into that directory. So we know we are going to use the put command from the local system to Hadoop system. Yeah. So I'll simply get that. It is giving me the complete path of that where that file was there. Okay, I'll simply give the name of that file. Now it has been there, so we'll go and check, refresh it. Yes, input.txt is there. Now we'll change the current directory to the tutorial directory because I'm going to execute that file over here. Now compile the Java code by using the command javac. You have to give the class path properly, where your Hadoop folder, Hadoop file is there. Now check these files. Now put the output file in one jar file by giving the command jar space minus cvf and jar file name into web, the class folder. Okay, I'll give the name tutorial classes. Now this has been added. You can see here there is a jar file which has been created along with the content. Okay, now here we go, run this jar file on Hadoop. So Hadoop jar. Now what is the name of that thing we are going to give so that it will directly execute this command. This is the actual program word count. We are supposed to give the public class name. You are already aware of how to execute the Java programs. Okay, you need a public class name. So here I'm giving word count to tutorial input. There where this program resides actually. Start executing. Okay, now if you are able to see, you can see the result of a mapper, reducer, shuffler. It is giving, yes, it has been completed, this job has been completed. It gives the result of all the shuffler, mapper, reducer. So here we are going to see the output. So to see the output get display with all the output file, we are going to use the cat command. So this is where my output file resides. So I'm going to give the path for that hdfs output directory. It is getting deprecated, and here if you're able to see, I am getting the results of how many time Manchester, Istanbul, Jerusalem, Muhammad, Omar, Palestine, Shisham, Shihab has used in the file. This is what the command you're supposed to use. I'm really so this is how you are supposed to execute your program. You're going to write the program. In the examination, you will be asked to write the program for 7 to 9 marks. So I hope the program and the way of executing it is clear. The complete program we'll be seeing in the further part. Till now, fine. Thank you.